goal of any kind of enforcement strategy should be not to raise money. It should be to reduce violations. So I'm not such a fan of relying on that kind of revenue because over time, that kind of revenue decreases as you get better compliance. I'd like to see, the tolls strategy, congestion pricing is probably the best one of them all.
Sam, what will congestion pricing, what will the impact be in areas north of 60th Street? As someone who supports tolling drivers entering busy district, how do you respond to that?
Yeah, well, there's this misconception that makes no sense that people will drive on the Upper West Side up to the 60s and then somehow find a parking spot, which if you've tried on the Upper East or Upper West Side in the 60s is almost impossible. Pay for parking in a garage there. That will certainly raise rates if that is indeed the case. Get out of your car and then pay nearly $6 for a subway round trip. It's not going to happen. For people on the Upper West and Upper East Side, downtown Brooklyn and Long Island City, fewer vehicles are coming into the Central Business District. That means fewer vehicles are traveling through your neighborhood getting to the Central District.
Sam, I'm afraid we're going to have to leave it there. Our guest has been former New York City Traffic Commissioner Sam Schwartz, also known as Gridlock Sam. Thank you, Sam.
You're quite welcome.
WNYC is supported by FX presenting Say Nothing, an original series based on a true story about two sisters who joined the IRA to fight for a united Ireland. Years later, one agrees to tell all about her secretive past. FX's Say Nothing, now streaming on Hulu.
45 with sunshine right now. Mostly cloudy today, then some clearing up. It'll be a high of 57, and then sunny and 61 on Saturday, that's tomorrow, and breezy. And then Sunday, mostly sunny, low 60s. And Monday, back to the mid-60s. We'll have some clouds and some sunshine, but this part of the forecast is not encouraging. Looks like our earliest chance for showers is going to be Wednesday.
Refractometer, a device that helps you shop at a farmer's market.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Schwab. Schwab offers investors choices like full-service wealth management, self-directed investing options, and trading on Think or Swim. More at schwab.com.
I'm David Brancaccio. First, the South Korean auto giant Hyundai is preparing for the Trump administration and expected policy changes that could alter its business by elevating two Americans to key leadership posts. Here's Marketplace's Nova Safo.
Hyundai, the third largest global automaker after Toyota and Volkswagen, has promoted its North American chief Jose Munoz to global co-CEO, and its appointed career U.S. diplomat Sung Kim as president in charge of its global external affairs. Automakers are preparing for the likelihood of U.S. policy changes that could impact their businesses. Trump suggested wide-ranging tariffs, including on all imports from Mexico, where automakers, including Hyundai, have plants. Also, a pullback of Biden-era electric vehicle incentives could hurt companies that have invested in North American production. I'm Nova Safo for Marketplace.
All right, Nova. S&P futures are down 0.6%. NASDAQ futures down 0.9%. With the president-elect nominating vaccine skeptic Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to run the Department of Health and Human Services, stocks of companies that make vaccines are down. Moderna down 2.3% in pre-market trading. Pfizer, Glaxo, Sanofi, AstraZeneca all down.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by the John Templeton Foundation, funding interdisciplinary research and catalyzing conversations to inspire awe and wonder. Learn more at templeton.org.
It's in our name, so part of our job is exploring how marketplaces work in all their forms. This week I've been visiting 5 markets near our headquarters in Los Angeles. None are financial markets in a formal sense, but they all have something that's getting harder to find: humans setting prices face to face. I'm in search of pro moves, tricks of the trade. Today, the farmers market in Santa Monica, California.
There's green zebra, red brandy wine, black brandy wine, persimmon.
Not a zebra, not wine or a persimmon fruit. They're kinds of tomatoes for sale.
This is a pineapple.
Not a pineapple, a tomato.
Isn't that glorious? The interior is like so marbled with the yellow, orange, and red.
Karen Beverlin knows all the moves in this market occupying city streets just in from Santa Monica Beach. All those tomato varieties came this morning on a 3.5-hour drive from Moonack Ranch up in Paso Robles. Trick of the trade, buy one and bite in.
Yeah.
Or if you have Karen's relationships, they just let her taste.
At most stands, you can sample the product. Step aside, taste it, and if you love it, then buy more, enough for the house.
75 growers are set up here on this Wednesday. Public policy and their hard work in action. By the 1970s, smaller farmers couldn't make a buck competing with Big Farm and Big Grocery. The state of California responded with a law allowing growers to kick in a percentage of sales to pay inspectors to certify the produce is safe and really from the farm. They also were exempted from labeling and packaging rules. Farmers' markets in California flourished. Here it's crates upon crates of peach, nectarine, eggplant, and a head of green so intricate it looks like undersea coral.
The texture is so Savoy, right? They're firm. They're like the Thomas's English muffins of lettuce.
This lettuce is the work of farmer Kai Takikawa, who calls his business the Garden of. He has a reputation for getting up every hour of the night to keep things watered just right. Now we'll get back to the importance of names of sellers in a market in just a moment.
So if you want to keep your food dollars in your area, then farmers market is the best way to do that.
Karen is a pro shopper, vice president of local and specialty for Fresh Point, Southern California, who's paid to forage for restaurants and to highlight unexpected fruit and veg treasures. For people like Nick Picciotto, chef de cuisine at a Taiwanese restaurant in downtown L.A. called Kato.
I get here at 6:45 every Wednesday, and if there's anything on a table that I haven't seen yet or is new coming into season, I usually go over, taste, and buy as much as I can before everyone else gets here.
And so you may not even have the recipe in mind yet, but you've spotted something that seems interesting and would be good.
This is going to taste good. I want to use it. We'll figure it out.
Next trick, get to know your own taste buds.
If you prefer a Fuji apple to a Pink Lady, you like low-acid fruit. So when you go to a peach farmer, you should say, what are your low-acid varieties? If you love Pink Ladies like I love Pink Ladies, then when you walk up to a peach farmer or an apple farmer, where are your high-acid varieties?
She's got what's called a refractometer, a battery-powered gizmo for a numerical readout on this.
The Fuji was 16.3.
But you never leave home without a version. It's called your tongue. And some farmers here make choosing especially easy.
My name is Michael Cerrone, and I go by Cerrone Farms, and we are from Sea Canyon, which is south of San Luis Obispo.
So if a newbie showed up here and saw this amazing produce that you have, what's a tip for the shopper?
Either they like sweet apples or they like tart. So here's my tip. We line our table up from sweet to tart. So we just point, go that way if you want tart, come this way.
There are lots of tools on Karen's market cart: a folding knife for slicing off bits for tasting, a paper towel for the schmutz. But the big tool at all the markets we've been visiting is to build relationships.
Morning, Don. This is Victor. This is Sherry. This is Troy Regier. This is Justin and Savannah. So, this is the Garden of.
A stand isn't a stand, it's a business that probably has a name, and the people working there, maybe the farmer, they have names. Jack sold me those great tomatoes a couple weeks ago. Let me see what Jack's got today.
Absolutely. Every farm stand here, they are so welcoming to anyone walking up.
Karen Beverlin is working on a book about farmers market navigation due in 2026. I've been looking at tricks of the trade, how markets work in all their variety. We'll soon have a podcast episode streamable with all 5 from this week: the flea market, the flower market, the finery, the fish, and the farmers markets. A 25-minute rest from the post-election news, whatever your politics. I'm David Brancaccio, Marketplace Morning Report. From APM, American Public Media.